I'm not a Max B hater at all. I'm not. But facts are fucking facts. Max B, you do not have any hits, bro. You have nothing on your own that will make us go to the club in New York and say, yo, I love this Max B record. It's a fact, bro. I read your first book while I was locked up. It was pretty good, even though there was mad typos in that book. All right, and I heard your fucking annoying ass voice in the background with your long S's. It's the boss. I heard all of that shit in my fucking head when I was reading your book in jail. Anybody in this chat name me one hit record from those fucking mixtapes? I'll wait. Now let's do a compare and contrast, right? Let's talk 50 Cent. 50 Cent, even though he had a deal prior to him getting shot, he was blackballed from the industry, right? Would y'all agree that Max B was kind of blackballed from the industry? He was blackballed from the industry when that situation happened with, you know, with him and his brother and the whole robbery situation, and he gets locked down. 50 Cent spearheaded a whole fucking mixtape era, right? To which led him to getting a deal with Aftermath Shade. But 50 Cent was able to take hit fucking records that was on the radio. Y'all remember, if y'all old enough in this chat, 2002, No Fear, No Mercy, God's Plan, all right? If you remember these things, when he did them over and made them more fire, he actually made hit records on mixtapes out of pre-existing songs. Max ain't do that. Max used original beats, dope hooks, dope verses, made dope songs. But none of it translated to radio. None of it translated to radio. Am I right or am I right? And he has no right to be in the top 50 artists of New York City. Straight like that. That's my take. You understand? Moving on from Max B. Rick Ross. Ricky fucking Officer Ross. Let me ask you a question. Is it that bad for you with your album sales or the promo to your album, the sales of your book that you dropped a week ago, and the sales of your tour that's coming up? Is it that bad that you have to continuously come at 50 Cent, the whole G Unit, Drake, and other people? Like, what is it that bad? Is the sales that bad, Ricky Rose, Officer Ricky, that you have to come at these people in hopes that they respond to you so you can start an online debate? Now people start tapping into your streams and your music, start going in and buying your books. Is it that bad? I think it is, bro. Wingstop, I looked up the stock. So I'm a stock guy. I look up stocks and I check the IPOs and things of that nature in the morning, the SP 500, and Wingstop is not doing well. That's you, right? You're a part of that, right, Officer Ricky? Yes, you are. Your book sales aren't doing well. Nobody wants to read that bullshit. Anyway, the second book, nobody's jacking. Now, let me tell you why nobody's jacking you, Officer Ricky. Because we can tell you're thirsty, Officer Ricky. Yeah, you thirsty. You're thirsty for tag, you're it. So you can get them sales up. Them sales is not doing well on nothing, bro. And then you're going on different platforms saying the same shit. I just seen Officer Ricky, excuse me, on a platform with an Arabian guy. Forgot the guy's name, but shout out to his platform. And the man asked Officer Ricky, would you ever sit down and have a conversation with 50 Cent? And you know what his response was like? This dude don't even have no media etiquette, no public relations training, nothing. All he can do is speak out of an emotional standpoint because his sales ain't doing good. He ain't getting to the bag like he used to. Why would I sit down with that nigga? What we got to talk about? He living in a 2-bedroom apartment. And then the guy who's interviewing was like, well, he had power. Like, he just did big things out in Shreveport, Louisiana. There's new seasons of Power coming out. He's done this G Unity Foundation thing. Like, he's naming all of the accolades that 50 Cent is doing and is continuously doing, changing people's lives. He like, that power shit ain't do nothing. It ain't go nowhere. You see how the actors and actresses was complaining about how much they was getting paid. Lil Boo Boo living in a 2-bedroom apartment. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, bro. You sound crazy, bro. Now you just sound thirsty. You're thirsty for... You're that kid in the park, Officer Ricky. You're that kid in the park that you see everybody playing ball or playing in the sand, having a good time. You're on the outskirts like, why won't nobody play with me? Tracy Morgan voice. Why won't nobody play with me? Because you's a hater, bro. Not only that, let's talk about the fact that when he said something about Biggs, excuse me, no, he was on Bag Fuel. Shout out to Heineken and Esso, right? They had him up there. The reason y'all don't see me sitting down interviewing people like that, like I used to with Spinny Yard, is because I can't be fake. I can't sit there and let you say whatever to me without me responding and saying some shit back to you and us getting into a debate, you getting mad and you walking away. Because I'm going to speak from the people side. Because I'm a fan first of music and culture, and I'm always going to try to defend it. So Officer Ricky was on a platform, and he's talking about the shit with him about how he first got his deal with Def Jam, right? He was signed with Slip and Slide Records. Then Jay-Z became the president of Def Jam in 2006, right? When Jay-Z became the president of Def Jam, he signed Neo, he signed The Dream, he signed Rihanna, he signed Jeezy, he signed Rick Ross, and a few others. He re-signed Method Man and Redman, DMX, a few others, right? And Nas. He got Nas out of his deal with Columbia and brought him over to Def Jam to drop the Life is Good album to fulfill whatever it was for Columbia. Anyway, Rick Ross states, yo, my first deal I got with Def Jam, I got paid a $30,000 advance for 6 hours. The first deal I ever got, I got paid a $30,000 advance for 6 albums. That means you wasn't doing too well, bro, if you took that type of deal. Then you had the nerve to turn around, talk shit about Biggs. If y'all don't know who Biggs is the third member of Rockefeller besides Jay-Z and Dame Dash that helped start Rockefeller. The quiet one, the quiet assassin. Had the nerve to invite Biggs to the Frank stand until you got that phone call from your boss. From your boss. Officer Ricky, you talk all of this, I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I do this, I do that. You're not a boss, bro. You're not really a boss. You're owned. You're owned, Ricky Rose. Jay-Z owns that ass. He owns that ass. He called you and said, yo, you could talk about anybody else in the world. You keep Big's name out of your mouth. You keep Big's name out your big, fat, greasy ass mouth. And what did he do? He went right online and said, yo, you know what? Biggs, you got people that love you. Matter of fact, that I love too. You know what I'm saying? Before all you other cocksuckers. It wasn't even a real apology. Because his pride wouldn't let him say, you know what, Biggs, I apologize for saying that. Right? Now, fast forward, Officer Ricky is on a Drake rampage. You think Drake is worried about Rick Ross? Drake is out here breaking records. Literally breaking records. Not only that, Drake is responsible for helping to catapult Rick Ross's career. Plain and simple. I don't care if you agree with me or you disagree with me. Some of his biggest hit records have Aubrey on it. Now, I like a lot of Rick Ross's music, not as of late, but Teflon Don is a classic album to me. Teflon Don is a classic album to me. Like, from the front to the back, pause. But Puff executive produced that. And Aston Martin Music is on that song with Drizzy Drake, which was like the biggest single off of that album. And I can go on and on and on. So here's my thing. In conclusion, Max B, somebody need to sit your ass down and give you a good talking about the reason why you're not in the top 50. You were locked up. You were in jail for 18 years, Max B. You don't have any hit records. You don't have any albums that charted on the Billboard Top 100 by yourself. Just to be clear, by yourself, Max. Everything's been a feature. And that's cool and dandy. You got the dope ass alley-oop from French. French is a hit maker. French know how to make hit records. And he was making hit records while you were in prison. So that way when you came home, all you had to do was throw your 16 and ad-libs on it. And y'all can go to the moon. That's what's happening now. That was the plan. I know, trust me. There's a lot that I know from behind the scenes when you was locked up. Because I was around niggas. So for you to be mad and salty about you not being on the top 50 New York artist list, you're wrong. And then you're showing us, the public, the people that are fans of you, that you ain't got no type of media etiquette or professionalism. I wouldn't want Max. Yo, if Max B came and had a conversation with me, we and him is gonna be just gonna be sparring. He could not come and sit there. There's a lot of these niggas that will not come and sit down with me on the platform and have a conversation. That's why I don't sit and interview niggas. Because I'm gonna tell you what the fuck it is. I'm gonna tell you, yo, no, you're wrong. You're not right. You're not a top 50 New York artist, Max B. You're not. Sorry to tell you, sorry to burst your bubble, whatever fucking matrix reality you was living in or getting gassed up by French. You don't got it, bro. There's a whole laundry list of shit you got to do before you get there. You think you're going to come before Jay-Z, Nas, Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J, Eric B. and Rakim, KRS-One, A Boogie with the Hoodie, Nicki Minaj, 50 Cent. You think you're going to come before all of them? The nigga going to say in the interview before he walked off of it, I did 18 and I came home and I'm doing laps around these niggas. No, you're not. No, you're not. Your songs is only hidden because you're featured on it with French Montana, bro. Drop a record by yourself. Drop a record by yourself. I seen what you did on Blockwork TV. I seen that. You was by yourself on that. No motion. There was no motion on that, Brody. Sorry, Crody. There was no motion on the record. French said, yo, nah, come on. We going back in the booth. I got to get on this record for you. I got to get on that record for you until people get acclimated to hearing you more, and then you can start going off on your own. But you alone, bro, no. I'm sorry, Max. So that's my whole take on Max B and him walking off that Complex interview and not dealing with the reality of the professional situation happening with his music career. You're not a top 50 New York artist, bro. Ricky Rose, stop it. Fucking Officer Ricky, stop antagonizing Drake, G-Unit, 50 Cent, and others for them to try to respond to you so you can get your sales up on your book, your tour, and your Wingstop. Stop antagonizing them. They're not going to respond to you, bro. 50 ain't concerned with you. Drake ain't concerned with you. Drake said everything he needed to say on Iceman to everybody. He's done. He got out of his deal. He made history. Now he's moving on. About to get a $2 billion fucking deal and have all the freedom in the world. So, again, Rose, Max B, y'all need to deal with the reality of y'all situations, bro.